Oh, yeah, it is time once again for your boy Deli G back here in the studio, back in the lab, and back in front of the mic here to bring you another episode of the next show. All right, guys, so lots to talk about on this one since I was last in front of a camera for the YouTube audience. So we're going to go over what happened in the NFL in Week 14, look ahead to what's coming in Week 15, and yeah, just touch on some other things. NBA is about to start soon. I'm like super excited for that. Need me some NBA basketball. Love it. Yeah, and just the card collecting has been really good for me. Pulled some awesome stuff. A lot of you, if you follow me on Twitter or Insta, you guys would know that I pulled one of the Lafreniere cards. Out of those one of those 26 card fat packs that I bought for my birthday. So go figure. Yeah, and then it's a solid birthday weekend at the Falls. For I guess for what's going on with COVID, it was about as solid as you could get. But yeah, man, everything was off the hook. Everything organized proper by my beautiful wife, Kirsten. Thank you so much for everything that you did for myself and all of our friends and guests this weekend. So yeah, everything was great. And then yeah, so come back and then come to find out that the Lakers were what 2-0, 3-0 in the preseason. So it's looking more and more like the additions that they made in the offseason really helped out a lot, and they have a pretty good chance of repeating. So yeah, we'll get into a whole bunch of NBA stuff as much as possible, I guess, as much as the film will allow it. Yeah, and then just anything else really that's on my mind since it is my show. Things such as when you're gonna talk mad shit about sports, it's really important to stay hydrated. So now I see why these guys always have like some kind of mug, some kind of liquid or something on hand when they're doing these things in studio in Toronto or whatever, LA, whatever. They always got to have these on hand because when you're talking mad shit about sports, it's important to stay hydrated. Excuse me. So, that's good. All right. So, I mean, yeah. Let's start off with week 14 in the NFL, where I went 11 correct picks yet again. What is that? The third straight week where I've gone 11 correct picks. Wow, just awesome. Now, we're gonna talk about the duds like I always do, and once again, I mean, looking at the duds here, we'll go through them shortly, but it doesn't really look like. Well, maybe one score where somebody got blown out, but for the most part, I mean, the duds that I picked at least haven't been getting blown out. So let's see here. In the first one, basically, we went all the way correct to. Let me see here. Where do we get to? Got the NFL big board in front of me here, but it's not cooperating very well. Okay. Let's try and go back here. So, having a bit of technical difficulties, but I've got the Raiders, who I picked to win at home against the Colts. They got throttled by the Colts. And then the other one was the Washington football team, the team with no name. They went on the road and beat. Just try to get it back up here. But yeah, they went on the road and beat a quality opponent. And then the Eagles with Jalen Hurts' first start in the NFL. So he walks in to New Orleans and he walks out a winner in his first game in the NFL as a rookie. Like just crazy. craziness. It is 2020 after all. And then I guess it would have been the last game. I guess was a dud. Uh, the Monday night game. Here we go. It's coming back up here. Okay, here we go. And now I can scroll down. Yay! Okay, so oh yeah, I said the Browns would win at home. That's what it was. The Browns would win at home. And I mean 47-42. I mean, like, that's pretty close, man. I mean, that's pretty damn close. I mean, that was like a shootout between Lamar and Baker. So, I mean, it is what it is. These kind of games will happen. And I don't know. That was like a 50-50 shot, really, of which team could have won it there. Um, so, by all accounts, though, I mean, when you go 11 correct picks, I mean, you've had a pretty good week. And when you've done it 3 weeks in a row, I think you have a pretty good idea of how the makeup of these teams are and how the games are being played and whatnot. I mean, now we've gone over the duds, but now let's talk about a few of the picks that I did get correct. I don't really speak on these because like we all saw it. We can all roll back the footage of what I said on my show. We can all look back at it. We can all see what happened. But what I want to talk about are 3 games or 2 games, actually, 2, maybe 3. Okay, with implications of people that I personally know. Okay, that I personally know and love this game and watch it and comment on it. So this first one is very, very near and dear. Okay, because you know it's very personal to me because one of these teams my wife roots for, and that team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now I picked against them because I knew that they were trending down, and there was chinks in the armor, and that the Bills were at home and they were coming, and Josh Allen ain't no fucking joke. So in the end, again, you can all rewind it. It's all there. It's all on YouTube. Roll back. I picked the Bills at home, and full disclosure, Kirsten was a little cheesed at me, that I wasn't, supporting her side. But I'm like, yo, this is about football. If this is strictly about football and how it's played and who they're matching up against, then it's the Bills. I like their chances better. And lo and behold, here we go. So, yo, shout out to my boy Jesse, CBD. Let's get that new shit out there, buddy. But yeah, I mean, Jesse, they did it, man. Josh Allen. What can you say about this guy that hasn't already been said? And then I mean, my boy Jakey's gonna watch this, and there's really not much to say. But I mean, because again, roll back the footage. I called it. I said the Seahawks at home in a laugher, and that's exactly what we got. We got a 40-3 score. Like just dreadful, man. Just dreadful. But we all know that the Jets are failing for Trevor Lawrence, which may or may not change their future. We'll see what they do with Sam Darnold. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, those are just a couple of games that I wanted to speak on that I made correct picks on that were near and dear to my heart. So all right, that was it for week 14. Now let's look ahead, shall we? To week 15. Dun 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 dun. All right, the Thursday game or whatever already happened, and the Chargers. Wow, some people would consider this an upset, but Justin Herbert is money in the bank. So, I mean, I could have picked the Chargers, but I mean, it was definitely a close one by a field goal. Okay, so here we go. Let's try to get these in super quick so I can get these out there to you guys. I might only have maybe 6, maybe 7 minutes to go through these real quick. And I'm just looking at these matchups for the first time, too. Maybe if you've done a little research. So let's see what I can come up with sort of on the spot here. All right. Bills at Broncos. I mean, hey, what an easy start. There we go. That's kind of a gimme. I don't care if it's in Mile High. The Bills are rolling, man. And Josh Allen is not making very many mistakes, and he's passing the ball really well. And of course, he's one of the more mobile quarterbacks in the NFL right now. So I'm going to take the Bills on the road. Done. Next one, Panthers at Packers. Yeah, I'm going to take the Packers at home. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Aaron Rodgers, he's killing it. He's just going to continue to ascend and, try to prove himself in the playoffs. Okay, next one, 49ers at Cowboys. Cowboys are garb, and they have lost some big games at home. And San Fran is no slouch either. Even hobbled, they've won a few games, even as hobbled as they've been. So they have the capability to win. And the Cowboys secondary is so dreadful, but at the same time, they can't stop the run. So their defense is just putrid, passing or running. So I'm going to take the 49ers on this one. Okay, next one. Seahawks at the team with no name. Seahawks, I don't care if they're on the road. The team with no name's garb. The Giants are probably going to win that division, oddly enough. But yeah, Seahawks, better coached, better quarterback, better wide receiving core, better running back. It's all there. Seahawks. All right, so the Bears at Vikes. Man, division rivalry, and the Bears are on the road. This is a tough one, man. This is the problem with looking at this for the first time, and the clock is ticking. Okay, I'm gonna have to take the Bears, man. They got to keep pace. They're both 6-7. They got to keep pace in the NFC if they want any chance with the so-called expanded wild card playoff format, whatever, for the COVID year. Okay, so this one should be an interesting game. Patriots at Dolphins. What the Dolphins are doing and what they've done so far has been nothing short of excellent. Okay, and they're doing a lot of good things, and their record shows it. And they're in a position to, maybe catch the Bills. I mean, they're only 2 games back, with a few games remaining, but definitely, within striking distance of a wild card in the AFC for sure. And I think, I don't know, the Pat season is over. So what? They win this one and then they're 7-7. Nah, man, that's garbage. So Dolphins at home. Anytime the Pats travel to Miami anyway, like they always choke when they have to travel to Miami in December. So Dolphins. Okay, next one. Jags at Ravens. Pretty obvious. Like Jags are 1-12. They're probably in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes too. I anticipate that because of that they will lose. And the Ravens, Lamar balled out in the last game, keeping pace in that shootout victory against Baker. So more of the same and more of the running attack too. Like they can just run the football almost at will. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Ravens. These were not too hard to figure out this week. I mean, I could probably go through the rest of this list easy, just one and done. Okay, here we go. So Bucks at Falcons. Buccaneers. Falcons are garb, and it's the Bucks. Tom Brady. He'll lead them to victory. Falcons are garb. Lions at Titans. Titans, man. Derrick Henry at home. Enough said. Texans at Colts. Colts at home. Phil Rivers plays very well in this situation, especially at home. Texans are trash. I would take the Colts. Eagles at Cardinals. Cardinals are definitely going to win this game. Eagles are trash. They basically have nothing to play for. Jalen Hurts might lead them to victory, but this ain't no team that's going to be caught off guard by you now. They have some film on you. They see what sort of formation and scheme lineups that you're going to have if he's going to be sort of like running or whatever. Like they have some film on you. They're going to study it. They're going to see what your tendencies are. And they're at home and they're going to win. So Cards. Jets at Rams. Jets are trying to get Trevor Lawrence. Rams are at home. I think actually because the Rams are such a physical football team that this one could also be a laugher for the Jets for the second week in a row. You got to go on the road and you got to go against a tough physical opponent that's very well coached and has very good talented players on this team. Good luck to my Jets, but they're going to get beat down and stomped out again. Okay, now this one, prime matchup of the weekend by far. So the Chiefs at the Saints. Now, I guess the story is that Breeze will be activated, but whether he plays or not is a completely different story. So as it stands right now, I'm gonna take the Chiefs because they're just rolling over everybody. I think Pat Mahomes he'll find a way, like he always does. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs. And then lastly, here from what I see, unless I'm looking down here further. Oh no, okay, maybe there's more. Yeah, okay. The next game, Browns at Giants. I would take the Browns. Giants are garb, and Browns are ascending. They have 9 wins. They got to keep pace in the AFC, especially with the way that division is going with the Steelers and the Ravens too. So I would take the Browns, and they want to get their 10th win of the season. That'll be like a huge deal for Baker Mayfield. Okay, and then the last game, Steelers at the Bungles. So this is going to be a great bounce back game for the Steelers. They're going to get a nice sound win, and maybe they'll show mercy against the Bengals because of how they've lost. They'll beat them, but they'll be humble about it in true Steeler blue collar way fashion. All right, guys. So those are my picks, y'all. That's it. This may be all I have time for. So I did want to touch on some NBA, but we'll get more into that as the season starts. It's actually good because now we're gonna start picking up the content too. So we're gonna be talking and speaking on things more than football primarily. But those are my picks, guys. Good luck. Enjoy the games this weekend, and thank you so much for watching. And stay tuned for the next episode of the next show.